always trying to be the best that they can when they're going for gold.
And now, let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
Thank you very much. Hello and a warm welcome to our studio audience here in the BBC and you, wherever you're watching Going for Gold. The search well and truly underway now among our 22 competing European countries for the man or woman who will be European television quiz champion and get a terrific trip of a lifetime, of which more during the course of the programme. If you've been following us so far, you'll know that we've completed our first quarter-final and we have our first semi-finalist, and there he is, from Sweden, Hans Blank. He's the man who's gone through to our first semi-final. And should he win that semi-final and go on to the final, well, en route we will present him with this pair of beautiful crystal glasses. But for a daily winner on Going for Gold, well, that's what you get, the beautiful encapsulated Going for Gold gold medal. It's a lovely thing and a very nice prize indeed. Well, as usual, this is the time on Daily Heat when we start with 8 contestants from 8 different competing countries around Europe. Please give them a cheer. They're all going for gold. So, on our top deck today from France we welcome Paul, from Italy Gaia, we welcome Martin from the Netherlands, Betty is from England and James from Belgium. And in the front row, Danny from the Republic of Ireland, Elsa from Denmark and Gerd from Austria. The elimination round in a moment, but here's the answer to the question for you that I asked last time. In the TV series Thunderbirds, what was the name of Lady Penelope's chauffeur? Well, the answer I wanted was Parker. Parker was Lady Penn's chauffeur. Another question for you later in the programme. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you how we play the elimination round. I need 4 of you to go through to our Beat the Buzzer round. The first 4 to give me correct answers will so do. Ready and happy to play? Let's play Going for Gold. Who am I? I am a disciple of Jesus Christ and recognised by the early Christian church as the leader of the... England, Betty?
Peter.
Peter is the correct answer, the leader of the disciples. Well done. So Betty from England goes into our Beat the Buzzer round first. Hands on the buzzers again, please. What is my name? I am an international airline which was originally formed in 1933. In 1976, together with British Airways, I was the... Belgium, James?
BOAC.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Netherlands, Martin?
BEA.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Austria, Gerd?
Air France.
Air France. They made Concorde. That was the rest of the question. Well interrupted, Gerd. Very well done indeed. 2 and 2 to go. What am I? I am a form of action which has become commonplace during the 20th century. I may often be directed against an employer or may arise... Belgium, James?
Strike.
A strike is the correct answer, James. Very well done. We have 3 into the Beat the Buzzer round. We need only 1 more. Paul, Gaia, Martin, Danny and Elsa. Who will it be today? What is my name? I am a famous structure made of white marble. My construction began in 1174. Danny?
Taj Mahal.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Began in 1174 as the bell tower of the cathedral in my home city. Due to building difficulties... Netherlands, Martin?
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
That's the absolutely correct answer, sir. Very well done indeed. Jolly good standard being set on today's Going for Gold. It means that for today, but only today, Paul, Gaia, Danny and Elsa, thanks for being on Going for Gold. But everybody gets another chance in this programme, and we'll see you when next we meet. Until then, bye-bye, and thanks for being with us. Great stuff. Right. Well, as we say goodbye to our defeated contestants for today, I can go across and start to play our Beat the Buzzer round. As I do so, let me remind you where today's contestants come from. Well, today they come from England and Austria, from Belgium and from the Netherlands. Give them an encouraging cheer, please. Now, first of all, our first English representative in this year's Going for Gold, we welcome Betty Lewis. Betty, whereabouts in England are you from?
I'm from Middlesex.
Middlesex. Are we still... Is Middlesex still a county these days?
Well, it isn't legally, but yes, it still exists. We all use it.
It is for Middlesexians.
That's right.
Betty, what do you do for a living?
I'm a supply teacher.
Now, what does that mean, supply teacher?
It means that when a teacher is needed because of illness or anything else, they call on me and I...
Right, and what do you teach?
I teach anything that's asked of me at the moment,
Right.
but I teach in primary schools.
Right. Were you in the past a full-time teacher?
Yes.
Up to what age group do you teach?
I teach up to 11-year-olds.
Right. And
7 to 11.
7 to 11. Right. Betty, what else do you do in your spare time?
I make soft toys.
Right.
I cook.
Right?
I garden and I
Right.
do crosswords.
Do crosswords, right? Okay, now watch Betty, guys, because if she does crosswords, she'll have a lot of knowledge. Betty, welcome to the programme. We welcome from Austria, Gerd Gohm. Gerd, whereabouts in Austria are you from?
I'm from the southern part of Carinthia. As you see, here's my national costume.
Oh, that's your national
yeah,
costume?
it's a national costume, a part of my country.
Be honest with me, Gerd, would you go to work like that?
No, no, it's from a choir. It's the most famous choir. My hometown is Arnoldstein. It's the most famous choir besides the Viennese Sängerknaben.
Right.
And it's called Grenzlandchor Arnoldstein, and this is the costume of the choir.
Lovely,
My
lovely.
father sings at the choir.
But you don't.
No, I'm not.
What do you do for a living, Gerd?
What I'm doing, yeah, I'm studying law in Vienna. I'm in the fourth year, and maybe in 1 year, okay, it will be okay.
You'd be a graduate, and then a couple of years' time you'd be a judge.
I don't know.
Without any doubt. Gerd, you're very welcome to the programme. Watch him on Music Questions, folks. From Belgium, James Delos. Is that correct? Do I pronounce the final
That's
Z?
correct.
James,
Perfect.
whereabouts in Belgium?
I'm from, well, the cultural capital of Europe for this year, Antwerp.
Oh, Antwerp, right. And what do you do for a living?
I'm head of a department in a financial services company.
Right, right. And in your spare time, James?
I love walking, long-distance walking mainly. So for several days, weeks, or more.
Really? Have you done anything in Britain? Have you done the
Mostly in Britain, really.
Hadrian's Wall and that sort of thing?
The Pennine Way, which goes from, well, the Peak District,
That's
close
right.
to Manchester, to Hadrian's Wall, and then further to the Scottish border.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it until the day that I got stuck in the mud up to my waist. But I got out.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that, but I'm delighted to see you, James, and I'm delighted to see that you managed to get out of the mud. And finally, from the Netherlands, Martin Kolink. Martin, whereabouts in the Netherlands?
From a small village near Utrecht in the center.
Right, and what do you do for a living?
I study English
Do
at
you?
Utrecht University.
Well, your English is a lot better than my Dutch at the moment, Martin, I can tell you. And outside of that, what do you do in your spare time?
Well, I'm rather active within the English department, and
Right.
I'm active in the student drama.
Okay. Right, Betty, Gerd, James and Martin, let's play Beat the Buzzer and Going for Gold, where the questions are in categories worth 1, 2 or 3 points, depending on how you select. 3 of you to score 6 points will go through to 4 in a row. And we'll begin, as we always do, please, with a general knowledge question for 1 point. What is the unit of currency of Greece? Belgium, James?
Drachma.
Correct answer. James, the category is world religions. Select.
2, please.
2-point question on world religions. Which Jewish festival is also called the Netherlands Martin?
Pesach?
Incorrect. Is also called the Fest of Lights or the Feast of Lights. England?
Sorry, I was... Oh, Diwali, I was about to say.
Incorrect. James?
Passover.
Incorrect. Gerd, do you want to guess? Hanukkah. Hanukkah. I was looking for a general knowledge question for 1 point. Which fictional detective has a colleague called Dr. Watson? England, Betty?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. Elementary indeed. Well done, Betty, and you're off the mark. And the category is languages. Select.
2 points.
A 2-point question on languages for our supply teacher. What is the official language of Fiji? Netherlands, Martin?
English?
Correct answer, sir. Well played. And Martin, it's taken you to 2 points, and the category is European politics.
A 3 points,
A
please.
3-point question on European politics. Which Mediterranean country has political parties with names abbreviated to PP and PSOE? Austria, Gerd?
Greek.
Incorrect. Netherlands, Martin?
Spain.
Correct answer, sir. Takes you up to 4. Takes you up to 5. Well done. And the category is pop music. How are you on that, Martin?
I'll have a 3 question.
You have a 3 question on pop music, even though you only need 1 to go in the next round. The Italian singer who had a big international hit in the 1960s with Non Holeta is Gigliola who? Belgium, James?
Cinquetti.
Incorrect. The correct answer, I beg your pardon. I nearly said incorrect. Well done, James. I'm not so au fait as you are with pop singers. Sport is the category. You're on 4, Martin's on 5. Select.
2, please.
A 2-point question on sport, and here it is. With which sport are the Americans Tom Kite and Fred... Netherlands, Martin?
Golf.
Golf, they are indeed. Fred Couples. That's excellent. Martin, you're in the next round. Off you go. Very well played indeed. Let's look at the scores now, please. Betty has got 1. Gerd has yet to score. James stays on 4, and we go to a general knowledge question for 1 point. How many faces or sides does a cube have? England, Betty?
6.
Correct answer, Betty. Takes you to 2. Betty, the category is royalty. Select.
3, please.
A 3-point question on royalty. Name the son of Leopold III who became King of Belgium in 1951. Belgium, James.
Baudouin.
That is the correct answer. Takes you into the next round. Very well done indeed, James. And we look at the scores now. And Betty and Gerd are in a way playing their own private game, because Betty is 2 points ahead of Gerd, who's yet to score. And here's a general knowledge question for 1 point. Which Italian city is sited on 7 hills, of which England, Betty?
Rome.
Correct answer takes you up to 3. Betty, the category is people and places. Select.
2, please.
A 2-point question on people and places. In which New York Square do crowds traditionally, England, Betty?
Times.
Times to see in the new year. That's taken you up to 5. That's correct. And Betty, lakes, seas and oceans.
2, please.
2-point question will put you in the next round. The world's deepest lake, Austria, Gerd.
Deepest lake, Caspian Sea.
Incorrect. It's Baikal is to be found in which country? Out of time, Betty. Not largest, deepest is the Baikal. It's in Russia. General knowledge question for 1 point. In 1867, Karl Marx published the first volume of Das what? Out of time, Das Kapital. General knowledge question for 1 point. In which country is the ski resort of Kitzbühel? Austria. Well done, 1 point. You got one at last, Gerd. Well done. You're off and running, and the category is theatre. Select.
2.
A 2-point question on theatre. The 20th century French mime artist who achieved his first success as Harlequin in the pantomime Baptiste is Marcel who? England?
Marceau.
Marceau, that's the correct answer. You're in the next round. Very well done. Hard luck, Gerd. Gerd, never mind. It's early days in this particular set of heats and going for gold. And, of course, we'll see you when next we meet. And thanks for being with us in the meantime. We have our 3 contestants for today's 4-in-a-row round. As I go across to start to prepare to play that part of the programme, I promised you a look at our prize. It's the trip of a lifetime. Last year it was Thailand. We've been to Korea and Mauritius and all sorts of places. This year the winner is going to the Caribbean, and it's all on us.
Reputed to be the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean, we'll be flying you to the spectacular St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where you'll commence your 13-night luxury holiday. Complete your journey with a visit to the mystery island of Mystique, and you could find yourself playing alongside the rich and famous. You'll experience a truly wondrous and unforgettable family holiday in the fabulous Caribbean. All this and more awaits our Going for Gold champion.
A lovely prize for a worthy winner. Well, we're at 4 in a row where our 3 contestants are on their own for 40 seconds against the clock, and it's between Martin, James and Betty. Martin, you get into the round first. The first choice is yours. There are the categories: Finland, cheeses of the world, famous people and ships and seas. What'll it be, Martin?
Well, I don't eat cheese myself,
Right.
so I'll take famous people. Please.
Famous people. Will you come and join me here, please, Martin? I'm not a great cheese eater myself, but I'm surprised at you coming from the Netherlands.
Yeah, they say that more often.
Right, Martin, you know the rules of Going for Gold, of 4 in a row on Going for Gold. I'd like you to give me 4 correct answers if you can. If you make a mistake, you go back to 0, and I'll credit you at the end with your highest score, okay?
Yeah.
Ready and happy to play?
Very
Please
much.
put 40 seconds on the clock for Martin. There they go now. Famous people is your subject. Your time starts now. The stage name of the German actress born Maria Magdalena von Lusch is Marlene who?
Dietrich.
Correct. After which South American soldier and statesman was the country of Bolivia named?
Simon Bolivar.
Correct. The South African black nationalist who became president of the ANC in 1969 is Oliver who?
Tambo.
Correct. Which Austrian female skier won the combined and slalom gold medals at the 1992 Olympics? I need an
Pass.
answer. Petra Kronberger. Which famous diarist hid in a secret part of a house in Amsterdam during the Second World
Anne
War?
Frank.
Correct. What nationality is the pop singer Sinead O'Connor?
Irish.
Correct. Whom did Sophia Loren marry out of time? You were getting back up towards 3, but you got 3 already, Martin, and we'll credit you with 3 points. Well played, sir. James, Finland, cheeses of the world, ships and seas.
I'll try Finland, please.
Right, James, will you come and join me here? James, our Belgian representative. Have you been to Finland?
Never.
No, it was the lesser of the 3 available evils.
That's right.
That's what I suspected, James. You know the rules. You ready and happy to play?
I am.
Let's
thank
put 40 seconds on the clock, please. There. Finland is your subject. And on that subject, your time starts. Now, name one of the 3 countries which share a land border with Finland.
you. Russia.
Correct. Apart from Finnish, which other Scandinavian...
Swedish.
Correct. Beginning with S, what is the Finnish name for Finland?
Suomi.
Correct. In which track and field event is Tina Lilak a former world champion?
Long distance running.
No, the javelin. Name either of the colours that you would find in the flag of Finland.
Blue.
Correct. The composer who became the dominant figure.
Sibelius.
Correct. From which country did Finland gain independence?
Sweden.
No, Russia. After Helsinki, what is the second largest city in Finland?
Tampere.
Correct. Of which sea does the Gulf of Finland form part?
The White Sea.
No, the Baltic. You are doing very well. You also have scored 3 in a row, James. Very well done. Ah, you see, James, just when you think you were about to pounce on the fourth one, those fellas, you know, they slip in a tricky one. Betty, you're left with cheeses of the world or ships and seas.
Well, I don't eat much cheese either, so I'll take ships and seas.
Ships and seas. Betty, will you come and join me here while I explain to you that you need 4 in a row, leaving the 2 guys in a tiebreaker to join you in the final. 3 in a row, we'd have a triple tiebreaker. 2 in a row, and there's always another day on Going for Gold. Betty, ready and happy to play?
I am.
Let's put 40 seconds on the clock for Betty, please. There they go. The non-cheese-eating Betty has chosen ships and seas, and on that subject, your time starts. Now, the Suez Canal links the Mediterranean with which other sea?
The Red Sea.
Correct. Beginning with V, which Scandinavian warrior people used long ships as their means of transport?
Vikings.
Correct. Which of Christopher Columbus's ships was originally called Marigalante?
The Pelican.
No, the Santa Maria. Which large British passenger ship was destroyed by fire in Hong Kong Harbour in 1972?
Queen Elizabeth.
Correct. Famed as a patron of voyages of discovery, Henry the Navigator was a prince, but of which Iberian country?
Portugal.
Correct. Which sea is primarily associated with the trading expeditions of the ancient Phoenicians?
The Mediterranean.
Correct. What was the name of the imitation Egyptian boat in which Thor Heyerdahl sailed across...
Kon-Tiki.
You can't answer, unfortunately. Anyway, it was in fact a Ra. Betty, you 2 have scored 3. We have a triple tiebreaker. Right. There you go. Only day 1 of the second set of heats in Going for Gold. We have a triple tiebreaker. Please clear the scores, adjudicators. Ladies and gentlemen, it is buzzers time again. A series of questions, 1 point for each correct answer. The first 2 of you to 2 will fight out today's final. Here we go. Hands on the buzzers. What am I? I am a country which achieved independence in 1818. Located in South America. I am long and narrow and covered with it. Betty.
Chile.
Correct answer, 1 point for you. Hands on the buzzers again, please. What am I? I am a word used in connection with the calendar. I usually indicate a period of 24 hours, traditionally. Martin. Out of time. That means you're out of it. Betty.
Day.
Day is right. You for 2 points. Stay where you are, Betty, but that's good news. You're in the final, James. And Martin, you must fight it out to see who joins her. Hands on the buzzers. What am I? I am an island which has been invaded by Greeks and Romans, situated in the Mediterranean Sea. Martin.
Cyprus?
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. James, the question is entirely for you. You may buzz in when you think you know the answer, or you may wait until the very end when I've given you all the information which may be of great help to you. In either event, please do buzz before you answer. Situated in the Mediterranean Sea, and my highest point is Mount Etna, located at the southern part of Italy. My capital is Palermo. I am James.
Sicily.
Correct answer, 1 point for you. Hands on the buzzers again, please. What am I? I am a liquid, a mixture of water, fat, protein, sugar and salts. I have a high nutritional... James.
Blood.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question, Martin, the same rules apply to you. I have a high nutritional value and I am produced by female mammals to feed their young for a period beginning immediately after birth. I am best known as the product of cows, beginning with M. I am Martin.
Milk.
Correct answer, 1 each. Right, this is the key question, guys. Hands on the buzzers. Who am I? I am a famous person of the former Soviet Union. In 1955, I graduated with a law degree from Moscow State University. In 1985, I became leader... Martin?
Mikhail Gorbachev.
That's the correct answer. You're in the final. Well played, sir. James? James, very hard luck. It means that for today, but only today, we have to say goodbye to you. We'll see you when next we meet and Going for Gold. And now, today, the Netherlands are playing England in today's head-to-head final. A lady and a gentleman, Betty and Martin, please follow me. And why don't you come too? Right, so today's final and Going for Gold is between Betty Lewis from Middlesex representing England and Martin Colling from Bunnik representing the Netherlands. Betty, you got into the round first. The first choice is up to you. I can tell you the first category is tennis. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home on tennis. Play or pass?
I'll play.
You'll play. You take tennis in the 4 zone. Let me remind you, you need 9 points to win. And on tennis, your time starts now. I was born in Novi Sad, Serbia in 1973. I began playing my sport at the age of 8 and was the European junior champion within 2...
Monica Seles.
That's the correct answer, Monica Seles. Answered in the 4 zone, which means, Martin, very quickly, you are playing catch-up. The category is religion. There is a verse of a clue, I suspect, for you watching at home on the screen. Play or pass, Martin?
I'll play.
You'll play, you take religion in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a book with a large number of contributing authors. Some of my first translations were into Greek and Latin, and the earliest attempts at translation into English date from... Betty.
The Acts of the Apostles.
Incorrect. It means, Martin, you have control of the game. Remember, you can only buzz in when you have that control. Time passes to you and continues now. The earliest attempts at translation into English date from Anglo-Saxon times. Over the centuries, there have been various versions of me, including the King James version, 16... Martin.
The Bible.
That's the correct answer, sir. Takes you up to 2. You're still playing catch-up. The category this time, art and artists. The clue on the screen for you watching at home. On that subject, play or pass?
I'll play.
You'll play, you take art and artists in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a famous Dutch painter who was born in 1853 and died in 1890. While working with... Martin.
Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh. There are his dates and you remember them. And that's taking you up to 6. Betty, you're playing catch-up. The category is geography. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home on geography. Play or pass?
I'll play.
Our supply teacher from Middlesex takes geography in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a large inland area of water situated at the southeastern end of Europe. I am bordered to the north by the Ukraine, by Russia and Georgia to the east, Turkey to the south, and Bulgaria and Romania. Martin.
The Black Sea.
That's the correct answer in the 3 zone, and it means you've won. Well done, my boy. Well done, Martin. Hard luck, Betty. You buzzed a few times when you knew, but it was too late. Very hard luck to Betty there, who buzzed a few times when she was, unfortunately, she'd lost control of the game, may have known the answers. But don't worry, Betty, we'll see you when next we meet in Going for Gold. But a big cheer today for Martin Koeling from Bunnik, who is our English student from the Netherlands, who we will see in our quarter-final on Going for Gold at the end of these heats. Now, here's a question for you. In the television series Minder, who plays Arthur Daly? In the television series Minder, who plays Arthur Daly? 0891 447766 is the number. The lines stay open until midnight tonight. I'll give you the answer when next we meet. Thank you very much for watching us and Going for Gold. We'll be here again very shortly with contestants from 22 competing European countries, all of whom would like to be European television quiz champion. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Is on, the time is right. It's time for you to play your game. 'Cause people are coming, everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're going for gold.
And now, let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
Hello, thank you very much. Welcome again to Going for Gold. If you've been following us so far, you'll know that the last time we met, we got somebody through to our next quarter-final. He was the representative from the Netherlands. There he is, Martin Koeling. He went through after a titanic battle with a young lady from Middlesex representing England. And we'll see her in today's programme. And should you win a given day on Going for Gold, like Martin did, well, there's what you win. It's the encapsulated Going for Gold gold medal, a lovely gift there in the glass for you to remember us by. Here's one for you, as it were, one I made earlier. Last time we met, I asked you, the viewer at home, in the television series Minder, who plays Arthur Daly? It is, of course, George Cole. And stay watching us, because later on in the programme, towards the end, there'll be another viewer's question for you, and you could win a year's free licence fee. Now, put your hands together and welcome today's 7 contestants, all of whom are going for gold. Here they are. So let's look at our top row today. From France, we welcome again Paul. Gaia is from Italy. Betty, yesterday's defeated finalist from England. And James from Belgium. From the Republic of Ireland in the front, it's Danny. Denmark is represented by Elsa. And Gerd from Austria. So 7 today. Still 4 of you to go through to beat the buzz around. The first 4 to give correct answers will so do. Hands on the buzzers, please. And let's play Going for Gold. Who am I? I am an economist born in the USA in 1912. A professor at the University of Chicago since the 40s, I became one of the... Belgium, James.
Milton Friedman.
That's the correct answer, Milton Friedman. Very well done indeed. So James, representing Belgium, goes into our first round proper, as I so accurately but sort of non-pedantically call it. Hands in the buzzers. What am I? I am a fruit which grows on a tree-like plant, and I am found throughout the tropical regions of the world. I am a basic foodstuff in East and West Africa and in the Caribbean. I am green when picked, but yellow... France, Paul?
Banana?
A banana. That's the one we were looking for. So 2 in, 2 to go. What am I? I'm an historic city of Lower Galilee in northern Israel and the largest Arab city of my country. I am closely associated with the childhood of Jesus. England, Betty?
Jerusalem.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. And I am a centre... Republic of Ireland, Danny?
Nazareth?
Nazareth is the one I was looking for. Well done, Danny. Hard luck, Betty. Right, so 3 in, 1 to go. Gaia, Betty, Elsa and Gerd. Hands on the buzzers, please. What am I? I am a musical instrument which dates back to the days before man's civilization. In the 20th century, I am a major feature of orchestral, military, jazz and rock music. I have also been used... England, Betty?
A drum.
A drum is right, used as a form of communication. Very well done indeed. So Betty goes into our Beat the Buzzer round. And today, but only today, we have to say goodbye, Gaia, Elsa and Gerd. But of course, everybody gets another chance. And when next we meet on Going for Gold, you'll be with us. Until then, bye-bye, and thanks for being with us today. Bye-bye. Right. Well, that completes the elimination round on today's Going for Gold. Ready now to play Beat the Buzzer. As I go across to start to play it, let me remind you where our contestants come from. Well, today they come from Belgium, from France, from the Republic of Ireland and from England. At least one newcomer. Give them a cheer, please. 2 newcomers. No, Paul was here yesterday. Oh. So representing Belgium, I should say, James Delos. James, welcome again, an accountant by profession, and you're the man who got stuck in the Pennine Way, isn't that right,
That's
James?
right.
You weren't in any danger. We were a bit flippant about it last time we met, but you weren't in danger, I trust.
Well, it's not recommended to do it alone, but I panicked, but I wasn't in real danger, I guess. I got out.
Did you do it alone?
Most of it, yes.
Really? Would you normally do that or go with a pal?
It's a bit silly to do it alone.
It's a bit silly. I think it's probably a bit silly, all right. From France, we welcome Paul Bogart. Paul, welcome to the programme. Is Bogart the right way of pronouncing it?
Bogart.
Bogart.
Just like Humphrey.
As in Humphrey. Okay, well done. Paul, what do you do for a living?
I'm a sales manager in a hotel chain.
In Paris?
In Paris, yeah.
And do you live there yourself?
I live just outside Paris.
Now, tell me about your family tree.
Well, that's a project I have, is to trace my ancestors. And at the moment I am in Belgium in the 1700s.
Are you?
Yes,
And
because
are you
Bogart is a Flemish name.
Are you sure that they're all genuine Bogarts?
Oh, yes.
Really?
I traced them on the spot.
Isn't that fantastic? How do you do it? Just visits
Well,
to the library?
you have to go into the archives.
Right.
Yes.
And the local churches and things
Yes,
like
that's
that.
it.
Paul, you're very welcome to the programme.
Thank
Good
you
luck
very
in
much.
today's Going for Gold. Right, Danny Milligan from the Republic of Ireland. Hello, Danny. How are you? Whereabouts in the Republic?
From Dublin.
Whereabouts in Dublin?
Swords.
Now, Swords used to be a village well outside Dublin.
It
It's
was
now
indeed.
really part of the city.
It is. It's a satellite town, but a very big satellite
Right.
town.
Danny, what do you do for a living?
I work in a packaging firm,
Right.
and I input data onto a computer.
Right. It's all changed now, isn't it? Every time you turn around,
Computers.
ordinary packets have become computers.
Mhm.
And in your spare time, Danny?
Play soccer.
And follow soccer, needless to say,
I do.
I should imagine. Do you follow the team abroad?
I don't. I have never been.
Haven't you?
No.
Yeah, you'd probably go to America for the World Cup finals, because
I'd
they'll
love to.
probably be there. Danny, you're welcome to the programme. And Betty Lewis from Middlesex, yesterday's defeated finalist. How do you feel about today, Betty?
Better, I think. than
Feel better?
yesterday.
Well, you did very well. You got very close. It was a ding-dong final yesterday. James, Paul, Danny and Betty, this is how we play the Beat the Buzzer round and Going for Gold. Questions are in categories worth 1, 2 or 3 points, depending on how you select. I'm looking for 3 of you to go through to 4 in a row. The first 3 to give me 6 points will so do. Hands on the buzzers and we'll begin, as we always do, with a general knowledge question for 1 point. Off the mainland of which country is the island of Capri situated? France, Paul?
Italy?
Correct answer, 1 point. Paul, the category is space. Select.
1.
A 1-point question on space. Which planet is nearest to the sun? Republic of Ireland, Danny?
Mercury.
Correct answer, 1 point. Danny, the category is food and drink. Select.
2 points.
A 2-point question on food and drink. Produced in Hungary, what type of drink is Tokay? Belgium, James?
It's the wine of kings, the king of wines.
The wine of kings and the king of wines. Where did that come from? But it's absolutely right. Well done, James. James, that's taken you to 2, and the category is geography. Select.
2, please.
A 2-point question to double your score. In which ocean does the Russian island of Sakhalin lie? France, Paul?
Indian?
Pardon?
Indian Ocean?
Incorrect. England, Betty?
The Arctic Ocean.
Incorrect. Belgium, James?
The Pacific.
That's the correct answer. It had to be one of them. We had Dash nearly run out of oceans. James has taken you to 4, and the category is sport. Select.
2, please.
2-point question to put you in the next round. With which sport do you associate Laurent Fignon of France and France, Paul?
Bikes.
Bikes. That'll do me, because you couldn't do anything else on a bike except cycle. You're correct. Okay. Well, I suppose you could, but we won't go into that. Paul, the category is military history. Select.
2.
A 2-point question on military history. This would put James in the next round if he got it right. Off the southwest coast of which Mediterranean kingdom was the Battle of Trafalgar fought in 1815? Belgium, James?
Spain.
That's right, and you're in the next round. Well done, James. Very good, very good. Right, so let's look at the scores as James goes off to 4 in a row. We'll see that Paul has scored 3, Danny is on 1, Betty yet to score. Here's a general knowledge question for 1 point. In Egyptian currency, how many piastres are there in the pound? Franz, Paul?
100.
100 is correct, 100 piastres. Paul, you're getting there gradually. 4 you are now. Music is the category. Select.
3, please.
A 3-point question on music. Django Reinhardt is associated with which stringed musical... Republic of Ireland, Danny?
Guitar.
The guitar, that's right, Django Reinhardt. Now that's taken you up level with Paul on 4, and the category is flags, Danny.
1 point.
A 1-point question on flags. A flag of what colour is internationally recognised as a sign to stop fighting? France, Paul?
White.
White is correct. That takes you to 5, and the category is ancient history.
1.
1 on ancient history. Of which republic was Julius Caesar ruler? England, Betty?
Rome.
Rome is right. We thought we'd catch you, but we didn't. Right, Betty, you're off and running with 1 point, and the category is states of the USA.
2 points,
A
please.
2-point question, states of the USA. This would put either of the guys into the next round. Beginning with A, of which state was Bill Clinton the governor of France, Paul?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. That'll do me, that'll do me. You're right, Paul, you're in the next round. I shall not mind if you pronounce the odd final S. I do it myself the whole time. Danny, you're on 4. Betty, you're on 1. And here is a general knowledge question for 1 point. What type of creature is a barracuda? England, Betty?
Shark. Fish.
A fish. That's the correct answer. Well done. Takes you up to 2. Betty, the category is religion. Select.
2, please.
2-point question on religion. Danny is watching out for this one. In Jewish religious festivals, what are contained or placed in the menorah? England, Betty?
Candles.
Yes, candles, or you could have said oil. That's right. Now you're level. You've caught up with Danny, and the category is the Balkans.
1, please.
1 on the Balkans. Beginning with M, of which former Yugoslav republic on the Greek border is Skopje, the capital? Republic of Ireland, Danny?
Montenegro.
No. Betty?
Moldavia.
No, it's Macedonia I was looking for. General knowledge question for 1 point. In which alpine country did the International Committee of the Red Cross begin? England, Betty?
Switzerland.
Correct answer takes you to 5. You've crept past Danny, Betty, and the category is Nobel Prizes.
1, please.
1 on Nobel Prizes. The US statesman Henry Kissinger won which of the Nobel Prizes? Danny?
Peace.
Peace in 1973. That's right, takes you up to 5. Danny is level with Betty. Ireland and England, not for the first time in a ding-dong struggle, and the category is rivers. Select.
1 point.
1 is all you need. Beginning with T, which river joins the Euphrates to form the... England, Betty?
The Tigris.
The Tigris, the Shatt el Arab. You're right. Well done, Betty. 2 again. It means that for today, but only today, we say goodbye to Danny Milligan from Swords just outside Dublin. Danny, there's always another chance as we continue to play heats of Going for Gold, and we'll see you when next we meet. I promised you, and would I not keep a promise? Certainly not, that I would let you have a look at where the prize is this year. Well, we've sent our winners all over the world in the last 6 series, and for this, the 7th, the winner will be off to the Caribbean.
The Golden Necklace of the Caribbean Islands offers some of the best yachting waters in the world. After a cocktail, followed by lunch, you deserve to relax and work on your tan, then cool off in these crystal clear, warm waters. In contrast, perhaps you prefer to take a peaceful stroll and appreciate the splendid flora and wildlife. Whatever your preference, the Caribbean has it all for you.
Right, that's a terrific prize for the winner of Going for Gold, and we're at 4 in a row time here today on the programme, and it's between James, Paul and Betty, between Belgium, France and England. James, you got into the round first. Now, there are the categories for you. Husbands, wives and lovers, newspapers, Paris, would you believe, and gods and goddesses. James, what'll it be?
Paris, I'm afraid.
Yes, you've got to tactically take Paris. James, will you come and join me here, please? Because you daren't leave Paul to answer questions on his native city. James, ready and happy to play?
I am.
You against the clock for 40 seconds, 4 correct answers, or a wrong one you go back to note, and I'll credit you with your highest score. Please put 40 seconds on the clock for James. There they go now. Paris is your subject, and your time starts now. Which Parisian avenue's name translates as the Elysian Fields?
Champs-Élysées.
Correct. Is Montmartre on the left or the right bank of the Seine?
Right.
Correct. Beginning with G, in what style was the cathedral Notre-Dame de Paris built?
Pass.
Gothic. At which Parisian racecourse is the world-famous Puy de l'Arc de Triomphe raced?
Vincennes.
No, Longchamp. The tomb of which great French military leader is found at Les Invalides?
Napoleon.
Correct. Paris is served by Charles de Gaulle and which other international airport?
Roissy.
No, Orly. The architect who has been called the creator of modern Paris was Baron who?
Pass.
Haussmann. Which French president gave his name to the cultural centre opened in 1980?
Pompidou.
Correct answer, but it was no use to you at the time because you'd already got up to 2 in a row. Well played, James. So there you are, Paul. James got 2 on your native city, not giving you a chance to get what could well have been 4 in a row. Paul, you're left with husband, wives and lovers, newspapers or gods and goddesses.
Newspapers, please.
Newspapers. Paul, will you come and join me here, please, your solo round? You against the clock for 40 seconds. Ready and happy to play?
Thank you.
Monsieur, we will put 40 seconds on the clock for you. There they go now. Newspapers, the subject, the time starts now. Franche Dimanche and Bild am Sonntag are both newspapers
Sunday.
Sunday, correct. What was the name of the official Soviet news agency?
A Pravda?
No, TASS was the agency. In which German city is the newspaper whose name is
Frankfurt?
often abbreviated to FAZ?
Frankfurt.
Correct. Courier and Der Standard are daily newspapers published in Austria. In which language is the daily newspaper La Stampa published?
Italian.
Correct. In which Spanish city is La Vanguardia Español published?
Pass.
Barcelona. L'Osservatore Romano is a daily newspaper published?
Vatican.
Correct. Which French newspaper was named after a character from the
Figaro.
Bible? Correct. Which US city comes before the words Herald, Sun, Times and Daily News to form the title of 4 newspapers? No time. New York I was looking for. You too, Paul, have got 2 in a row and well played. Betty, your gentlemen colleagues have left you with husbands, wives and lovers and gods and goddesses.
Well, I'll hope that the gods smile on me. I'll take
The gods and the goddesses will smile on you. Betty, will you come and join me here? Now, Paul and James have tie breaks, as it were, on 2 each. So unless you fail to get 2, you'll be tie breaking with them. Or if you get 3 in a row or 4 in a row, you'll be in the final and the 2 guys will tie break. Betty, ready and happy to play?
I am.
We'll put 40 seconds on the clock for you. There they go now. Gods and goddesses is the subject, and your time starts now. Who was the Roman goddess of love?
Aphrodite.
No, Venus. In Norse mythology, who was the god of thunder?
Thor.
Correct. In Greek myth, who was the sister and wife of Zeus?
Juno.
No, Hera. Who was the Roman equivalent of the Greek god Hephaestus?
I pass.
Vulcan. Associated in Greek myth with wisdom, which goddess was born from the head of Zeus?
Pass.
Athena. In ancient times, was Selene or Selena worshipped as a goddess of the sun or of the moon?
The moon.
Correct. In Norse mythology, who was the mother of Balder and the wife of Odin?
Freya.
That's the correct answer. It's taken you up to 2, a triple tie break. Well done, Betty. Well done. So a triple tie break on Going for Gold. Clear the scores, please. Lady and gentlemen, it is you against each other now. It's beat the buzzer time. Hands on the buzzers. Questions worth 1 point. The first 2 of you to 2 are in the final. What am I? I am a large, powerfully built cat with a long body, short legs and a large head. My colour varies from pale yellow to dark brown. I live in open cotton. Betty?
Lion.
Is the correct answer 1 point for you? You're off the mark. What am I? I am made from paper and millions of people use me every day. I am a weekly or daily publication. Comes to Betty.
Newspaper.
Newspaper with that Paul took in his 4 in a row. Betty, you're in the final. Gentlemen, what am I? I was first used by the Romans and was made of highly polished metal. Venice became the centre of my production when away. Paul?
Glass?
Glass is incorrect. Incorrect. It means that, James, you have the rest of the question to yourself. You may buzz in whenever you think you know the answer, but in either event, if you wait till the end, please do buzz before you answer. When a way was found to cover flat glass sheets with a thin layer of reflective metal, I may be placed...
Mirrors.
A mirror is the correct answer. Very hard luck, Paul, but we have to be fair and going for gold. Hands on the buzzers again. What is my name? I am a city and port in the state of Louisiana, USA. I am located on the Mississippi River and I have a French quarter. Paul?
New Orleans?
New Orleans is the correct answer. One each. Right. This is the key question, guys. What am I? I am perhaps the oldest type of plaything. One of my earliest versions dates back to Babylonian times. I am a toy in human or animal form. One of my famous modern Paul?
A doll?
A doll is the correct answer. Well played. Well done. Hard luck, James. It means that for today we have to say goodbye to James, but only for today. We'll see you when next we meet on Going for Gold. So France is taking on the old enemy England in today's head-to-head as Paul plays Betty. A lady and a gentleman, please follow me for our final today, and why don't you come too? So today's final between England and France, between Betty Lewis on my left from Middlesex in England and Paul Bogart from Paris. And it's, as I say, between England and France. Betty, you're in the same position you were when last we met, and now you have the choice. And the first category is literature. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Betty, reminding you that you need 9 points to win. Will you play or pass?
I'll play.
You take control of the game in the 4 zone. Good luck to both of you and your time starts now. I was born in 1928 in Colombia. After studying law at university, I became a journalist, serving as both a film critic and foreign correspondent. In 1967, my novel 100 Years of Solitude was published and I became one of the world's most respected authors. My works also include Love in the Time of Cholera. I won the 1982 Nobel Prize for Literature. I am Gabriel who? Out of time. Gabriel Garcia Marquez I was looking for. Too late. Betty, the choice is yours again. This time the category classical music. There's a note of a clue on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass, Betty?
I'll pass.
You'll pass classical music over to Paul. Paul, you have the 4 zone and your time starts now. I was born in Paris in 1838 and became a student at the Paris Conservatory. My main interest was composition, particularly opera.
Offenbach?
Incorrect. It means, Betty, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. My first completed opera, Les Pêcheurs de Perles, or The Pearl Fishers, was first performed in 1863. 12 years later, my most famous work...
Bizet?
Bizet is the correct answer. That's the one. In the 2 zone, Betty, you're playing catch-up. The category is seas and oceans. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home on seas and oceans. Play or pass?
I'll play.
You'll play, you take seas and oceans in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a body of water with an area of more than 2.5 million square kilometres. Navigated since ancient times, I am
Pacific Ocean.
Incorrect. It means, Paul, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. I am situated between Africa and Europe and extend to Asia. Paul.
Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean Sea, that's the one. Oh, Betty, if only you'd waited for that moment. Answered in the 3 zone. Takes you up to 5. Betty, you're playing catch-up. The category food and drink. The clue on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass?
I'll have to play.
You'll have to play because you're 5-0 down. Betty, food and drink in the 4 zone. Your time starts now. I am a food product that may be consumed either as a beverage or in solid form. As a drink, I was introduced to Spain by Cortes, to whom I had been served at the court of Montezuma in Mexico. In the 17th century, I became a very fashionable drink among the wealthy in many European capitals.
Honey?
Incorrect. It means, Paul, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. In many European capitals. Later, I was eaten in solid form and used to coat biscuits and cakes. Out of time. I was looking for chocolate, for goodness sake. That's not unreasonable. Betty, you're still playing catch-up. 5-0 down. The category politics. The clue on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass?
I'll have to play.
You play and you take politics in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I am a title given to the chief executive or head of state of a republic. Often I have great powers and responsibilities, though in some countries I am... Paul.
President?
President is the correct answer in the 3 zone. Takes you up to 8. Betty, you're 8-0 down, and the category now is awards. The clue is on the screen if you're watching at home. Play or pass?
I'll pass.
You pass awards over to Paul in the hopes that as the question gets easier, he won't get it and you'll get control again. Paul, you are 8 points. You're only 1 away from winning and your time starts now. Until 1969, there were 5 of me. Now there are 6. I am awarded annually by 4 institutions, 3 Swedish and 1 Norwegian, from funds... Betty.
Nobel Prize.
You were right to do that. The Nobel Prize is correct. Betty, you're still playing catch-up this time. The category is the arts. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass?
I'll pass.
You pass the arts over to Paul. Will the same tactic work again, Paul? You have the arts and your time starts now. I was born in 1938 and I am regarded as one of the greatest ballet dancers of the 20th century. Often... Paul.
Nureyev?
Nureyev is right. It didn't work the second time, Betty. Hard luck. Well done, Paul. Congratulations. Hard luck, Betty. But very well played. A very good game indeed. That means that we have to say goodbye until next we meet to Betty Lewis from Middlesex in England. She's been in this position twice. What will happen when next we play? But the winner for today and going for gold is Paul Bogart, who goes through to our quarter-final where he will meet Martin Colling, among others, when next we play a quarter-final and going for gold. Very well done indeed, Paul. Here's a question for you watching at home, folks. In the film musical Oliver, what character did Jack Wilde play? What character did Jack Wilde play in Oliver? 0891 447766 is the number. 0891 447766. Lines open until midnight tonight, and you could win yourself a year's free viewing with a year's television licence voucher. Until next we meet and going from gold from the winner.
The heat is on. Right, it's time for you to play your game. 'Cause people are coming, everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're going for gold.
And now, let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
Thank you very much indeed. Hello, welcome again to Going for Gold. A warm welcome to our studio audience in the BBC and you, wherever you're watching, in the search for the European Quiz Champion. Well, last time we met, you may remember, this man got through to our next quarter-final, Paul Bogart from France. And he goes to join, already through there, Martin Colling from the Netherlands. And, well, one of them could well win through from the quarter-finals to the semi-finals. And should they win through a quarter-final, they get that lovely engraved, Going for Gold, his and hers pen set. When I was talking to you last, I asked you this question. In the film musical Oliver, what character did Jack Wilde play? That was the viewer's question on Going for Gold. The answer, the Artful Dodger. Right, well, we started with 8. Now we have 6. Please put your hands together and give a warm welcome to the 6 contestants from all over Europe playing today's Going for Gold. Well, familiar faces, ladies and gentlemen. On the top deck there from the Republic of Ireland, Danny, Gaia from Italy, Betty from England, who's been in 2 finals in our last 2 programmes, and James from Belgium. And in the front row from Denmark, Elsa, and Gerd from Austria. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from the 6 of you today, I need 4 to go through to our Beat the Buzzer round. The first 4 to give me correct answers will so do. Hands on the buzzers and let's play Going for Gold. What is my name? I am an animal, a domestic mammal related to wolves and foxes. Belgium James.
Dog.
A dog is the correct answer. Obvious maybe, but that was the one I was looking for. Well done, James. So Belgium go through to the Beat the Buzzer round as we continue. What is my name? I am a river with a source in the Peruvian Andes. I flow across northern Brazil and into the Atlantic Ocean. Austria, Gerd.
Amazonas.
The Amazonas, the Amazon River, that's the correct answer, Gerd. Well done. Well done. So that means we have 2 in and 2 to go. Danny, Gaia, Betty, and Elsa, hands on the buzzers. Who am I? I am an actor, best known for my movie appearances. I became popular in silent films, portraying a tramp dressed in baggy trousers. England, Betty.
Charlie Chaplin.
Charles Chaplin, Esquire. That's the one. Correct. Well done. Well done. So 3 in, just 1 left. From Danny, Gaia, or Elsa, who shall it be? What is my name? I am a city in western Saudi Arabia. I am the holiest city of Islam and the birthplace of the Prophet. Italy, Gaia.
Mecca.
Mecca is the correct answer. Well done. That means that we have our 4 contestants into today's Beat the Buzzer round, and we have to say au revoir, slán leat to Danny, and goodbye to Elsa until next we meet and Going for Gold. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye. Right, well, as I said, we have our 4 contestants for today's Beat the Buzzer round and Going for Gold. As I go across to start to prepare to play that part of the programme, let me remind you where today's contestants come from. Well, they come from Belgium and Austria, from England, and a newcomer from Italy. Give them an encouraging cheer, please. Right, we welcome again from Antwerp in Belgium, James Delos. James, who is the keen walker, who was once stuck up to his belly button in mud in the Pennine Way. James, do walkers like yourself have an ambition in the world? Is that would you like the Great Wall of China, or what would it be?
Well, the two main challenges, I believe, are the Pennine Way here in the UK.
Which you've done.
And then there's the Appalachian Trail in the States, but that's about 2,500 miles. So
Yes. You'd need a lot of time off your work as an accountant to do that, James. Anyway, good to see you here in position again. Gert Krum, who's a law student. Gert, a little bird has told me you have a priest story. Share it with me.
The priest story, it's a little bit difficult, but...
Is it? Well,
yeah.
If it's too difficult, don't worry.
No, it's not. No, I was born in Arnstein, as you know.
Yes, you told us.
And there, everybody thought that I will become a priest,
Right.
because I went to a Catholic boarding school, you know.
Right.
And so when I every time came home, they said, "You're a priest, you're a priest." And so I didn't know who told them this. I was so surprised why I'm a priest and now I will be a judge.
Okay, you couldn't make it to one type of collar, so now you'll be able to get a funny hat.
Yeah.
Right, we welcome Betty from England, Betty Lewis, who's our Middlesex teacher, who's been in 2 successive finals. How are you feeling about that, Betty? You've beaten both
I'm
times.
not very sure yet.
Okay, well, keep hanging in there, girl, and see what happens today. And we welcome a newcomer to this part of the programme, Gaia Alonsi from Italy. Gaia, whereabouts in Italy?
Rome.
From Rome.
Beautiful Rome,
The
yes.
eternal city. What do you do for a living, Gaia?
Window cleaner. Joke. No, I'm a fashion photograph model.
A fashion photograph model?
Yes.
I see. And you like doing crosswords in your spare
Yes, I
time?
do a lot and spend a lot of time on it.
Do you? Watch out.
I'd like to think I'm good at it.
Watch out, Betty, James and Gerd, because you may have a lot of information if she's a crossword puzzle solver. James, Gerd, Betty and Gaia, good luck in today's Going for Gold. And the Beat the Buzzer round, questions are in categories worth 1, 2 or 3 points depending on how you select. We'll begin, as we always do, with a general knowledge question for 1 point as we search for the 3 of you who will score 6. Of which country is the Croix de Guerre a military decoration? England, Betty?
France.
Correct. Betty, the category is cinema. Select.
2 points.
A 2-point question on the cinema. At the annual film festival in which German city is the Golden Bear? Austria, Gerd?
Berlin.
Berlin Film Festival. That's correct. 2 points. Gerd, the category is horse racing. Select.
1 point.
A 1-point question on horse racing. In which country are the race courses of Goodwood and Doncaster to be found? Belgium, James?
In the UK.
In the UK, England, Great Britain. That'll do me. Correct. Well done, James. James, capital cities is the category. Select.
3, please.
3 points in capital cities. What is the capital of Paraguay? Belgium?
Asunción.
Asunción. Well done, James. Excellent. James, it's taken you up to 4, and the category is classical music. Select.
2, please.
2-point question in classical music. Dominated by the works of Mozart, in which Austrian city did an annual music... England, Betty?
Salzburg.
Salzburg is the correct answer, Betty. Betty, it's taken you up to 3, and the category is politics. Select.
1, please.
1 on politics. How many British general elections did the Conservative Party win under Margaret Thatcher's leadership? England, Betty?
2.
Incorrect. Austria, Gerd? 3 is the correct answer. Well done, Gerd. It's taken you up to 3, and the category is football. Select.
2 points.
2 points on football. Which Northern European country beat Germany 2-0 to win the 90? Austria,
Denmark.
Gerd? Denmark is the correct answer. That's taken you up to 5. The category is mythology, Gerd. Select. 1 on mythology will put you in 4 in a row. Which mythical bird is said to burn itself to ashes? England, Betty?
The phoenix.
The phoenix burns itself to ashes. That's correct. Taking you up to 4. Nip and tuck here. World history, Betty, is the category. Select.
2, please.
2 would put either you, Gerd, or James in the next round. From which European country did Chile gain its independence in 1818? England, Betty?
Spain.
Correct. You're in the next round. Well done, Betty. Very good indeed. Betty from England goes off to the 4 in a row round, and James has got 4. Gert has got 5. Gaia holding herself in readiness but yet to score. General knowledge question for 1 point. Which American city was once called New Amsterdam? Austria.
New York.
New York is correct. That's the one you need, and you're in the next round. Very well done, Gerd. Right, Gerd goes through to the next round. James, you're on 4. Gaia yet to score today. General knowledge question for 1 point. Which country is the home of the soccer team PSV Eindhoven? Belgium, James?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands is correct. Takes you up to 5. The category, James, is European pop music. Select.
2, please.
2 to put you in the next round. In which country has the San Remo Song Festival? Belgium, James?
Italy.
Italy, since 1951, and you're in the next round. Well done. Hard luck, Gaia. Excuse me, Gaia, hard luck there. But you know, it is tricky when you get to beat the buzzer for the first time and Going for Gold, and you've plenty of opportunities. You'll have that opportunity perhaps when next we meet on Going for Gold. In the meantime, we have our 3 contestants ready, and I hope happy to play 4 in a row. Now, I mentioned to you at the start, I think, and if I didn't, I should have, about our holiday prize, which is the trip of a lifetime. We have sent our winners all over the world. This year, the man or woman from our 22 countries who wins Going for Gold will be off to the Caribbean.
This year's Going for Gold winner will spend 13 nights island hopping around the truly beautiful Eastern Caribbean. He'll stay at a collection of prestigious first-class hotels. After a bit of local shopping, we'll set sail for St. Vincent, Young Island, Bakua, PSV, Palm Island and Mustique. The only big decision you'll be making is whether you play all day or party all night.
I suppose if you wanted to, you could party all day as well. Anyways, 4 in a row time on Going for Gold today, and it's the time when the contestants are on their own for 40 seconds against the clock trying to give me 4 correct answers one after another. If they make a mistake, they go back down to naught, and at the end of the 40 seconds, we credit them with their highest score. It's between Betty, Gerd and James today, between England, Austria and Belgium. Betty, you got into the round first. The first choice is up to you. There are the categories: Portugal, drinks, events of the 1980s or opera.
I'll take events of the 1980s.
Events of the 1980s. Will you come and join me here, please, Betty, for your solo round? Betty, twice a beaten finalist. Now, here you are again. You're doing well, girl. Don't worry about it. They'll all be watching at home in Middlesex.
Probably.
Right. Betty, do you have a family, incidentally?
Yes.
Good. Right. Okay, well, their fingers crossed there for Betty. Betty, ready and happy to play?
I am.
Good. Let's put 40 seconds on the clock. There they go now. Events of the 1980s is your subject, and on that subject, your time starts now. During the 1980s, which sporting event was hosted by Moscow, Los Angeles and Seoul?
Olympic Games.
Correct. In 1986, the minister who became the first black Archbishop of Cape Town was Desmond who?
Tutu.
Correct. In 1982, which island voted to withdraw from the EC?
Greece.
No, Greenland. In 1983, which of the Nobel Prizes was awarded to the Frenchman Gerard de Bourg?
Peace Prize.
No, economics. In 1980, who became Vice President of the USA as Ronald Reagan's election partner?
Pass.
George Bush. Which Swedish tennis player won his first Wimbledon men's title in 1988?
Bjorn Borg.
No, Stefan Edberg. The Albanian head of state who died in 1985 was Enver who?
Pass.
Enver Hoxha. In March 90, out of time, Betty, you just got up to 2 in a row. It might well be still enough. Thank you, Betty. Right, Gerd, representing Austria, is in 4 in a row for the first time. Don't move yet, Gerd, don't move yet. Portugal, I'd like you to pick. Or drinks, or opera. What'll it be?
Opera.
Opera. Gerd, will you come and join me here, please, for opera? Now, does that mean that you are an opera regular?
No, I don't know.
Well, we'll find out now, Gerd. Ready and happy to play?
Yeah.
Okay, good man. And we'll put 40 seconds on the clock for you. Opera is the subject, and your time starts now. Which Italian word meaning air is used to describe a vocal solo in an opera?
Sopran.
No, aria. Which male Spanish opera singer starred in the 1986 film Otello?
Plácido Domingo.
Correct. Which Verdi opera was commissioned by the Khedive of Egypt to celebrate
Aida.
Correct. Unfinished at his death, The Tales of Hoffmann is the only grand operatic work of which French composer?
Jacques Offenbach.
Correct. First performed in 1904, the Puccini opera set in Japan is called Madame Who?
Madame Butterfly.
Correct answer, 4 in a row. Very well done. Very well done, Gerd. Excellent. Excellent. Right, that's the 4 you wanted, Gerd, and that's the 4 you've got. James, you're left with either Portugal or drinks.
I'll take Portugal,
You
please.
take Portugal. All right, James, come and join me here, please, while I tell you. 4 in a row and 3 in a row, you're in the final for today with Gerd. 2 in a row, you tie break with Betty. Just 1, and, well, we'll see you next time on Going for Gold, James. You know the rules. Ready and happy to play?
Yes, thank you.
Let's put 40 seconds on the clock. There they go now. Portugal is your subject. Your time starts now. In the currency of Portugal, 100 centavos make 1 what?
Escudo.
Correct. What is the sweet fortified wine of the Douro region of Portugal?
Vinho Verde.
Incorrect. Port. On which river does Lisbon stand?
The TAC.
The TAC. Correct. Artegas. What was the name of the ruling family of Portugal from 1640 to 1910?
Pass.
Braganza. Faro is situated in which region of Portugal famous as a holiday area?
Algarve.
Correct. In 1961, who were the first Portuguese football team to win the European Cup?
Benfica Lissabon.
Correct. Which two groups of Atlantic islands are included in metropolitan...
Azores. And Canary Islands.
Azores and?
Canary Islands.
Incorrect. It's Azores and Madeira. Half right. I couldn't give it to you, but you got two, which means you tie break with Betty. Hard luck, James. Very hard luck indeed, but good news. Gerd, you stay where you are for the moment because you're in today's final. James and Betty, you're tie-breaking. Clear the scores, please. A series of questions. You're fighting against each other now with your hands on the buzzers. A point for each question. The first one to two goes in to play the final with Gerd. What am I? I am a sea situated north of the equator in the Western Hemisphere. South America lies below me and the eastern coasts of Central America. Betty.
Mexican. The Gulf of
Incorrect.
Mexico.
Incorrect. James, you have the rest of the question to yourself. You may buzz in whenever you think you know the answer or wait till the very end. But in any event, if you want to interrupt or wait, do buzz before you answer. And the eastern coasts of Central America and part of Mexico are all situated on me. My climate is mainly tropical and I contain the islands of Jamaica and Cuba. I am?
Caribbean.
Correct. 1 point. Hands on the buzzers again, Betty and James. What am I? I am one of a number of plants, widely grown for my edible and strongly flavoured fruits. Some of my types are used as vegetables, others as a fine powder for use as spices. My types include chili... James.
Pepper.
The correct answer, the 2 points you need. Hard luck, Betty. Twice a defeated finalist, and now you've fallen at the 4 in a row. But don't worry, there's always another chance when next we meet on Going for Gold. Today, two gentlemen are fighting out our head-to-head final, representing Austria and Belgium, respectively, Gerd and James. Gentlemen, please follow me for that head-to-head final to see which of you goes through to our next quarter-final. And why don't you come too? Right, so as I said, today's head-to-head final and Going for Gold is between Gerd Grum, representing Austria, on my left, and James Delos, who represents Belgium, on my right. Now, Gerd, in a moment, you got into the round first. The first choice is going to be yours, and I'll give you the rules of the game, as it were. But remind me now again, you're a law student, Gerd.
Yeah.
And hoping to practice in your own country or abroad?
No, I want to be, after my law studies, a diplomat. I want to apply at the foreign minister in my country and then to go to all embassies around the world.
Well, you are a very crucial link with the very first series of Going for Gold, when the wonderful Hans Mans from Austria was on this programme, and his last job had been as Austrian ambassador to Canberra in Australia. So you'll be the link with the very start of Going for Gold.
Link, yeah.
Not the missing link. Good man, Gerd, and the best of luck to you in your career. And James, we've been talking to you about walking, but of course you obviously have business and professional ambitions. What would they be for you?
Well, I've always worked for about 10 years now in financial services, and it's my ambition to stay there and try and develop a decent career.
And accumulate your own personal finances as you go.
That would be nice.
Okay, James. Right, gentlemen, let's play today's final and Going for Gold. And as I say, Gerd, you get into the round first, and the first choice is up to you. The first category is Peoples of the World. The clue is on the screen if you're watching at home. On Peoples of the World, reminding you that you need 9 points to win, will you play or pass?
I'll play.
You take Peoples of the World in the 4 zone. Good luck to both of you guys, and your time starts now. Our oldest known culture was taken from a 3,000-year-old site in the Aleutian Islands. We have varying languages with different names for...
Sumerians.
Incorrect. It means, James, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues. Now, we have... James.
Eskimos.
Eskimos are Inuit. I would have taken until then. That's the correct answer. Very, very well done, James. Gerd, you're playing catch-up. This time the category is fashion. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. On fashion, play or pass?
Pass.
You pass fashion over to James. Let's see how James's fashion knowledge is. I seem to remember at one stage he answered a question on fashion. He has control of the game in the 4 zone, and his time starts now. I was born in France, and I trained under the Paris designer Jean Ders. I showed my first collection in 1957 and opened my first boutique selling ready-to-wear clothes. My empire has continued to expand, though I now concentrate on haute couture. In 1985, I won... James.
Dior.
Incorrect. It means, Gerd, you have control of the game. Please wait for the time. It passes to you and continues now. In 1985, I won an award for the best Paris collection, and 2 years later was made a Chevalier of the Legion d'Honneur. I was going to go on and tell you that I was looking for Guy Laroche. Right, it means you're still playing catch-up, Gerd. The category this time is ancient history. There's probably some sort of rune on the screen as a clue for you watching at home. Gerd, play or pass?
Play.
You take control of ancient history in the 4 zone, where the correct answer would tie the sides and your time starts. Now, I am an ancient city of Campania in Italy, and I lie almost 8 kilometres southeast of Naples.
Pompeii.
Incorrect. It means, James, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues. Now, my name comes from the Latin name of the Greek hero Heracles. James.
I guess Luca.
Incorrect. It means, Gerd, you have control of the game. Please wait for the time to pass to you. It does so and continues. Now, and I came to prominence when in AD 79 Mount Vesuvius erupted and buried me along with the towns of Stabia and Pompeii. Unlike Pompeii, wood and other materials were intact when excavated, as I was buried in a different way. It was Herculaneum I was looking for, gentlemen. Herculaneum. It means you're still playing catch-up, Gerd. The category this time, cities. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. On cities, play or pass?
Play.
You take cities in the 4 zone and your time starts. Now, I am a city which developed as a major port during the 18th century as a result of trade between North America and the West Indies. I was the centre of a triangle of trade, manufactured goods traded for slaves in Africa, which were then traded for sugar, spices and other crops. Birthplace of the Beatles and home of England's most successful football club, beginning with... James?
Liverpool.
Liverpool is the correct answer. Takes you up to 5. Gerd, you're playing catch-up. This time the category is companies. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass?
Pass.
Pass companies over to a man in financial services. Is this wise, we wonder? He has the 4 zone and his time starts. Now, I am an international company founded in 1888 by 2 brothers, André and Edouard, with my headquarters in Clermont-Ferrand. James?
Renault.
Incorrect. It means, Gerd, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. In Clermont-Ferrand in France, I have expanded my operations and have opened factories in various countries. Although primarily known as a manufacturer of tyres for vehicles, James?
Michelin.
Michelin is the correct answer. Takes you up to 7. Takes you up to 7. Gerd, you're playing catch-up. Islands is the category. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass?
Play.
You have to play at this stage, I fear, Gerd. You have islands, you have the 4 zone, and your time starts. Now, I am a group of islands in the North Atlantic, situated between Iceland and the Shetlands.
Faroe Islands.
That's the correct answer. Well done. Takes you up to 4. You're still playing catch-up. This time the category is entertainment. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home. You have 4. James has 7. Play or pass?
Play.
You'll play. You take entertainment in the 4 zone and your time starts. Now, I am a type of television program which first became popular in the United States in the early 1950s. I am designed to test the memory, knowledge or luck of persons selected from a studio... James?
Game shows.
I can accept game show. I would have been able to accept quiz as I mentioned it. That's very good, James. Well done indeed. Hard luck, Gerd. That was a very good game indeed. Gerd only got up to 4, and we have to say goodbye to you for today on Going for Gold. But of course, you'll have another chance to advance your case to be European Television Quiz Champion when next we meet. Very well done to James Delos, our accountant from Antwerp, who not only wins today's competition on Going for Gold, but has now become a quarter-finalist. Well done indeed. And you'll be joining, James will be joining Paul Bogart from France and Martin Culling from the Netherlands. And of course, he could be going on to win an engraved gold, his and hers pen set if he wins a quarter-final. Right, a question for you watching at home, and thank you for your loyalty. Which group had hits in the 1970s with Night Fever and Stayin' Alive? Which group had hits in the 70s with Night Fever and Stayin' Alive? 0891 447766 is the number, and the lines will stay open until midnight tonight. Phone up, you'll hear me ask you the question again, give us an answer, into the computer it will go, and if you're lucky, you'll get a year's free licence voucher. So that when you're watching Going for Gold again, you'll be able to say, not only is it stunningly good, but it's free. Until we meet again, bye-bye.
Right, it's time for you to play your game. 'Cause people are coming, everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're going for gold.
And now, let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
Thank you very much. How kind. A warm welcome to our studio audience in the BBC and you, wherever you're watching us, Going for Gold. Well, the search well and truly underway around our 22 competing countries for the man or woman who will be the European Television Quiz champion for this series. Now, if you were watching us last time, and I hope you were, you'll know that James Delos from Belgium has gone through to our next quarter-final. And there he joins Paul Bogart from France and Martin Koeling from the Netherlands. Those three already through to our quarter-final. And should you win a daily event on Going for Gold, well, there's your prize, the beautiful encapsulated Going for Gold gold medal. When last you saw me, this was the question that I asked viewers at home. And it's this: which group had hits in the 70s with Night Fever and Staying Alive? The answer, the Bee Gees. Keep watching, because towards the end of today's programme there'll be another question and you could win yourself a television licence for a year's free viewing. Now, please put your hands together and give a little cheer at home for the remaining contestants playing Going for Gold. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, last chance to go from the elimination round into the Beat the Buzzer round. We wish good luck to Danny from the Republic of Ireland, Gaia from Italy, and from England, Betty, who's been in so many finals. But there you are with the last chance today. From Denmark, Elsa, and Austria, represented by Gerd. So from the five of you, I need four to go to the Beat the Buzzer round. The first four to give me correct answers will so do. Hands on the buzzers. What is my name? I am a country of Southeast Asia, bordered by Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Myanmar. And to Austria, Gerd.
Thailand.
Is the correct answer, Gerd. Very well answered. Well played. I had lots more information, but Gerd got there in time. Danny, Gaia, Betty, and Elsa, hands on the buzzers. Who am I? I was born in Los Angeles in 1946, the daughter of a famous woman and her second husband. I am an actress, star of such films as Cabaret and... Denmark, Elsa.
Lisa Manali.
That's the correct answer, Elsa. Very well done. On the final day when it really matters. So, Danny, Gaia, Betty, from the three of you, two will enter the next round. What is my name? I am a famous battle fought on June the 18th, 1815. Quote, England, Betty.
Trafalgar.
Incorrect. Out of the rest of the question. Danny.
Waterloo.
That's the correct answer. Betty, you said the wrong one. Betty, I had ever such an idea that you knew the minute you said Trafalgar it was the other one. Hands on the buzzers again. Last chance, Gaia and Betty. Who am I? I am a king of Judea who ruled at the time of Jesus. I was a ruthless... England, Betty.
Herod.
Herod is the correct answer. You're there. Well done. Alas, as Betty goes across to the Beat the Buzzer round, we have to say goodbye to Gaia. Oh, Gaia is crying, I'm sure. I hope you enjoyed yourself, Gaia. Thanks for being with us.
I did.
Good girl. Thanks for being with us and Going for Gold.
Thank you.
Take our love back to Italy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right. So, as we say goodbye to Gaia, I go across and start to play Beat the Buzzer round for today on Going for Gold. Let me remind you where today's contestants come from in this round. Well, today they come from Austria and Denmark, from the Republic of Ireland and from England. Give them an encouraging cheer. Right, Gerd Groom from Arnoldstein in Austria, who's studying to be a law student. And you got to the final last time we met, didn't you, Gerd?
Yes.
Yes, and we're just pipped there by
Yeah,
James. Well, fingers crossed for today, okay?
Thank you.
Best of luck to you. And we welcome Elsa Philpott from Denmark. Elsa, welcome to this part of the programme.
Thank you.
Elsa, whereabouts in Denmark are you from?
I'm from Copenhagen.
And where do you live now?
In Copenhagen.
In Copenhagen. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher
A teacher of what?
of English and Danish.
English and Danish. To what sort of standard, a level of pupil, Elsa?
Well, in Denmark we're a bit different. We go all the way through with the children, but
Oh, do you?
at the moment mine will be 8th and in Danish and 9th in English.
I see. And then you will be with them all the way through until
Yes.
they're...
I saw them in at the beginning and I'm taking them out
Out
in
at the
the other
very
end.
end. Elsa, when you're not teaching, do you have a family at home in Denmark?
I do.
And any children?
No.
No children,
No
just
children.
just the hubby. Right, and what do you do in your spare time, Elsa?
I do a bit of reading and
Right.
a bit of playing volleyball in a teacher's team.
Volleyball?
Yeah.
Blimey, that's a bit quick for me. Right, Elsa, thank you very much indeed. Thanks for being with us and Going for Gold. Danny Milligan, you've got here again from the Republic of Ireland. Have you got a family at home yourself,
I
Danny?
have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls,
How old?
13 down to 1.5.
Right, Danny, wave time. Wave to the camera there and give all their names a name check.
David, Joyce, Louise and James, how are you?
Good heavens, thank goodness he remembered the whole family. Well done. What about Mrs. Milligan?
Miss Bernadette.
Dear,
Really
how could you go home to Swords and the airport's only just next door to where he lives? Danny, good luck to you. And Betty Lewis from Middlesex. How many finals have you been in, Betty?
2.
2. Okay, well, today's a very important one. Whoever wins today's Going for Gold is in the quarter-final when next we meet. Now, I need 3 of you to go through to the next round. The first 3 to score 6 points will so do. Hands on the buzzers, please, and let's play Beat the Buzzer. We begin, as we always do, with a general knowledge question for 1 point, okay? What is the capital of Finland? Austria?
Helsinki.
Correct answer, 1 point. Gerd, the category is sport. Select.
3 points.
3 points on sport. Who won the gold medal in the men's 100 metres? England, Betty.
Linford Christie.
Linford Christie, he did indeed in the Olympic Games. Well done. Betty, the category is flags. Select.
1, please.
A 1 point question on flags. How many stars are there on the flag of the European... Austria, Gerd.
12.
12. The European Community's got 12 flags. Correct. Gerd, the category is explorers. Select.
2 points.
2 point question on explorers. What nationality was the explorer? Ferdinand Magellan. England, Betty?
Portuguese.
Correct answer. Well played, Betty. Betty, my goodness, up to 5 already, and the category is pop music. Yes,
1,
I know
please.
exactly how you feel, Betty. What surname is shared by the father and daughter singers Natalie and Nat King? Republic of Ireland, Danny?
Cole.
Cole, that's right. You're off the mark, Danny. Danny, the category is the 20th century. Select.
2 points.
2 point question on the 20th century. This would put Betty in the next round. Signifying the end of the war in Europe, in which month of 1945, England, Betty?
May.
May, the German surrender. That's right, you're in the next round. Well done, Betty. Right, let's have a look at the scores, please, for Gerd, Elsa and Danny. Gerd has got 2, Elsa has yet to score, and Danny is on 1 point. And here's a general knowledge question for 1 point. What's the 6th month of the year? Republic of Ireland, Danny?
June.
Correct answer. We didn't catch you out. Takes you up to 2, and the category is the Bible. Select.
1 point.
1 point question on the Bible. How many Gospels are there in the New Testament? How many? Republic of Ireland, Danny?
4.
4 is the correct answer. Well done. Danny, that's taking you up to 3, and the category is the Earth. Select.
3 points.
3 points on the Earth. In degrees, what is the latitude of the equator? Denmark, Elsa?
0.
0 is the correct answer. Off the mark, and you get 3 points. Elsa, the category is literature. Select.
3, please.
3 points on literature. The Jules Verne character who travels around the world in 80 days is Phileas who? Republic of Ireland, Danny?
Fog.
Fog is the correct answer. Puts you in the next round. Well done, Danny. Right, so Danny Milligan from the Republic of Ireland goes off into the 4-in-a-row round to join Betty Lewis, and we look at the scores for Gerd and Elsa. And Gerd has got 2. Elsa has got just ahead of him with 3, and there's a general knowledge question for 1 point. What nationality was the 15th century printer Johannes Gutenberg? Austria?
German.
German, he was indeed. Correct. Right, 3 each, and Gerd, the category is the natural world. Select.
2 points.
A 2 point question on the natural world. In which European country did the merino sheep originate? In which European country did the merino sheep originate? Ah, Spain. The merino sheep come from Spain. A general knowledge question for 1 point. Manchego, Dauphin, and ricotta are all types of what? Denmark?
Clay.
Incorrect. Manchego, Dauphin, and ricotta.
Painters.
Buzz, Gerd. You must buzz.
Painters.
Incorrect. Cheese is the answer. General knowledge question for 1 point. How many plays are there in a trilogy? Austria?
3.
Correct answer. Well played, sir. Gerd, the category is food and drink. Select.
2 points.
2 would put you in the next round, but would keep Elsa tantalizingly short. Which country's cuisine includes biryanis, kormas, and vindaloo's? Denmark?
Italy.
Incorrect. Gerd, do you want to buzz and try?
Once more, please the question.
Which country's cuisine includes biryanis, kormas, and vindaloo's? Out of time. India. General knowledge question for 1 point. Coming up, what sort of creature is a Doberman Pinscher? Austria?
A dog.
A dog, he certainly is. Takes you up to 5. Now, Gerd, you're on 5, Elsa's on 3. European history is the category select.
1 point.
1 point. With which revolution is Jean-Paul Marat? Austria, Gerd?
French Revolution.
The French Revolution, you're absolutely right. You're in the next round. Off you go, Gerd. Well, Jean-Paul Marat was the French Revolution. Elsa, well done. You did get this far, but alas, no further. Elsa, we have to say goodbye to you, not just for today and Going for Gold, but for this series. Thanks for being with us, and bring our love back to Denmark and all the children that you teach in Copenhagen. Right, it's time to play, well, we've just played Beat the Buzzer Man. Pull yourself together. Time to play 4 in a row and Going for Gold. I promised you a sight of our holiday, where 2 will go our winner from one of our 22 competing countries. You're off to the Caribbean, and it's all on us.
Our Going for Gold champion will find themselves flying to the wonderful Caribbean islands, boasting some of the most beautiful waterways in the world. You and your family will have a vast choice of extravagant seafood and gourmet delights. Why not indulge in a mouth-watering cocktail or 2? If you enjoy an endless assortment of fresh, succulent food, you'll find yourself in paradise. This all awaits our champion.
Every time I look at the end of that piece of film about the Caribbean holiday, I think that that fella is never going to bend over in the boat, or even worse, that the 2 fellas with the drinks trays are going to fall down the hill. Anyway, that's the holiday for the winner Going for Gold, as well as the title of European Quiz Champion. And we're at 4 in a row time on a vital day, and it's Betty, Danny and Gerd. Betty from England, Danny from the Republic of Ireland, Gerd from Austria. Betty, not for the first time you've got into this round first, the choice is going to be yours. First, there are leaders, seas and oceans, famous writers, or Israel. What will it be, Betty?
I'll take seas and oceans, please.
Right, Betty, will you come and join me here, please, for your solo round on seas and oceans? Was it because the rest were...
I think I probably know nothing about anything at the moment at all.
Your mind has gone a bit of a blank.
It's been that way for a while, yes.
I know the feeling, Betty. Right, are you ready and happy to play?
I am.
Let's put 40 seconds on the clock for Betty. There they go now. Seas and oceans is your subject, and on that subject, your time starts. Now, do the Portuguese islands of the Azores lie in the North or South Atlantic?
South Atlantic.
North, incorrect. Which sea lies between the island of Puerto Rico and Venezuela?
Pass.
The Caribbean. After Sicily, what's the 2nd largest island of the Western Mediterranean?
Crete.
No, Sardinia. What is the world's 3rd largest ocean?
Indian Ocean.
Correct. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic with which other ocean?
So, Pacific.
Correct. Of which northern ocean is the Barents Sea a part?
Arctic.
Correct. Name either of the republics which share the Aral Sea.
Pass.
You're out of time. Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan I was looking for. Betty, you did very well. You waited and didn't panic when you got a few wrong, and you got 3 in a row, and it might well be enough. Well played, Betty. Right, Danny, your turn. Leaders, famous writers, or Israel?
Famous writers.
Danny, will you come and join me here, please, for your solo round? Danny Milligan from the Republic of Ireland. Remind us again, Danny, what you do for a living.
I input data onto a computer.
That's right, I remember now, Dan, a computer man. Right, Danny, ready and happy to play 4 in a row? Good man. Let's put 40 seconds on the clock, please, for Danny. There they go now. Dan, you've chosen famous writers, and on that subject, your time starts. Now, the playwright who created the character Henry Higgins was George Bernard who?
Shaw.
Correct. Alberto Moravia and Leonardo Sciascia are 20th century writers of which country?
Pass.
Italy. Who wrote Crime and Punishment and The Brothers Karamazov?
Pass.
Dostoevsky. What nationality was the writer and poet Henry David Thoreau?
Canadian.
American. The Belgian-French creator of the character Maigret was Georges who?
Pass.
Simenon. What nationality was the 1984 Nobel Prize winner for literature Jaroslav Seifert?
Polish.
Czechoslovakian. Beginning with Z, which French author is associated with the phrase J'accuse? You haven't got time to answer. Émile Zola it was. They were tough ones, Danny, but they are always at this stage in Going for Gold. You just scored the 1 point. It still might be enough. Thank you, Dan. Now, Gerd, what will it be? Will it be leaders or Israel?
Leaders, please.
Leaders. Gerd, will you come and join me here, please, for your solo round when I can tell you that 1 correct answer and you will tie break with Danny to see who joins Betty in the final. 2 in a row, 3 in a row, and 4 in a row, and it'll be Austria v England, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Gerd, ready and happy to play?
Okay, yeah.
Let's put 40 seconds on the clock, please. You have chosen leaders, and on that subject, your time starts now. In 1992, who was elected as the 42nd President of the USA?
Bill Clinton.
Correct. By what short nickname was Ernesto Guevara better known?
Past.
Che. Members of which dynasty ruled Russia from 1613 to 1917?
Go ahead.
Incorrect. Romanov. Who became King of Norway upon the death of his father in January 1991?
Edmund.
No, Harald. Which island nation is led by Fidel Castro?
Cuba.
Correct. Chiang Kai-shek was head of the nationalist government of which country from...
Taiwan. China.
China is the correct answer. Of which organisation was Nelson Mandela elected as president in July 1921? And you don't need to answer because you've got 2 in a row and it's good enough to put you in the final. Gerd, well played. Right. So it means that for this series of Going for Gold, we have to say goodbye to Danny Milligan, bring our best wishes back to the Republic of Ireland. Danny, thank you for being with us and Going for Gold. A lady and a gentleman are in today's final. One of them, self-evidently, will go through to our quarter-final. Betty, representing England, and Gerd, representing Austria, are the finalists. So can I ask a lady and a gentleman to follow me, and why don't you come too? So, one of our 2 contestants today has got to win and go through to our next quarter-final. Will it be Betty Lewis on my left here, our teacher from Middlesex representing England, or will it be Gerd Grom from Arnstein in Austria, who's a law student and representing his country? Right, well, Betty, you've been in this position before.
Yes.
Is today the day?
I hope so.
Right, okay. Any tactics planned yet, Betty?
No, I'll just take it as it comes.
Take it as it comes. Okay, Gerd, what about you? You've been once a defeated
Yes.
finalist.
Yes.
You reckon you learnt a few things there?
Yeah.
Soon we shall see, Gerd. Okay, right. Let's play the head-to-head final on Going for Gold for today. Betty, you got into the round first. The first choice is up to you. The first category is industry. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. On industry, Betty, player pass.
I'll pass.
Pass industry. Over to Gerd Groom. You have control of the game in the 4 zone and reminding you that you need 9 points to win. Your time starts now. I am a company and take my name from my founder. Established in Germany in 1811, I originally produced steel, but was also known as a manufacturer of guns. One of my most famous examples was Big Bertha during the First World War. I expanded into shipbuilding, hotels, banks, and many private estates. I have been one of...
Crooks.
Krupp is the correct answer. Well done, Betty. Betty, it gets you off the mark with 1 point, so you can relax a little bit now, as Gerd has to play catch-up, and the category is world religions. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home on world religions. Gerd, play or pass?
Play.
You take world religions in the 4 zone and your time starts. Now, I am one of the most popular of all Indian divinities, worshipped as the 8th incarnation of the Hindu god Vishnu.
Buddha.
Incorrect. It means, Betty, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. And also, as a supreme god...
Muhammad.
Incorrect. It means, Gerd, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. A supreme god in my own right. The source of my myth lies in the epic story Mahabharata, which tells how I was brought up by Nanda and Nasoda. I performed many miracles.
Krishna.
That's the one I was looking for, Krishna. Right. Answered in the 1 zone takes us to 2. Softly, softly, right. It means that, Gerd, you are on no score. You're playing catch-up. The category is famous women. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home as well, you know, on famous women, play or pass.
Play.
You play, you take famous women in the 4 zone and your time starts. Now, I was born in the Pondoland district of South Africa, the daughter of a teacher. I attended high school and moved to Johannesburg in 1953. I married 2 years later and worked with my husband campaigning for equal rights.
Winnie Mandela?
That's the correct answer in the 3 zone. Takes you up to 5. Takes Betty Lewis for England up to 5. Only 4 away from going into our quarter-final. Gerd is playing catch-up. The category is European leaders. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home. Play or pass?
Play.
You take the control of the game on European leaders in the 4 zone and your time starts now. I was born in Zoutdijk in 1938, the eldest of 4 daughters, and spent the war years with my family in Britain and Canada. My mother became Queen of the Netherlands in 1940...
Juliana.
Incorrect. It means, Gerd, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. Queen of the Netherlands in 1948, and I became the heir to the throne. I married Klaus van Am...
Princess Margaret.
Incorrect. It means, Betty, you have control of the game. Time passes to you and continues now. I married Klaus van Amsberg in 1966, and we have 3 children, Willem Alexander, Johan Frisco, and I was looking for Beatrix. Betty remembers, and so does Gerd. Gerd, yes, it had to be in it. Gerd, you're playing catch-up. The category, the cinema, the clue on the screen for you watching at home, play or pass?
Play.
You take the cinema in the 4 zone, and your time starts now. I am a French actress born in 1943, the sister of the late Françoise d'Orléac. My real name is Catherine d'Orléac, and I have worked for most of the major continental directors, as well as... Betty.
Catherine Deneuve.
Catherine Deneuve is the correct answer in the 3 zone. Takes you up to 8. Takes you to 8. Gerd, you're playing catch-up. This time the category is Hollywood Greats. There's a clue on the screen for you watching at home. 8-0 down, Gerd, on Hollywood Greats, play or pass?
Pass.
Pass. Hollywood Greats over to Betty, who has control of the game in the 4 zone and is on 8 points, and your time starts now. I am one of the leading figures of the silent movie era of American cinema. Born Rodolfo Guglielmi in Italy in 1895, I moved...
Rodolfo Valentino.
Valentino is the correct answer. Very well passed and well played. Gets you off the mark, gets you up to 3. The category is leaders. The clue is on the screen for you watching at home on leaders. Play or pass?
Pass.
Pass. Leaders over to Betty, who has 8, and her time starts now. I was born in Poland in 1920. I had begun a degree in Polish literature when the Second World War interrupted my studies. After a period as a chemical worker, I decided to become a priest and hid in the Archbishop of Krakow's palace. I took my...
The Pope, John Paul II.
You're absolutely right, sir. You get the 3 points that you needed. Takes you up to 6. And the category, as you're playing catch-up, is sport, and the clue is on the screen for you watching at home on sport, Gerd. Play or pass?
Pass.
You pass sport over to Betty Lewis from Middlesex. You take control of the game in the 4 zone, and your time starts now. According to tradition, I was first held in 776 BC in Greece. Betty.
The Olympic Games.
The Olympic Games is the right answer. You're off the last, Gerd. Betty, well done, my dear. At last, Gerd, very hard luck. That means that today on Going for Gold, Betty Lewis from Middlesex is into our quarter-final when next we meet. Very well done, Betty. Hard luck to Gerd. Here's a question for you watching at home. Which Disney cartoon character took part in the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment of Fantasia? 0891 447766. The lines are open until midnight. When next we meet, it's a quarter-final on Going for Gold. Until then, goodbye and thanks for watching.